Oh, goodness. Right. Speedrun mode? No, thank you. Okay, let's just do a tutorial, please, because I'm a bit stupid and I need a lot of help to help me figure out what the sun is going on. Indeed. This is positively pleasant. Makes a nice change from the horror games you play all the time, doesn't it? Use left and right arrow keys to walk. Can I also use WAS? Oh, I can. How very kind of you. Can I jump off here? No, I can't, and that is probably for the best, given I would probably drown, for I don't think bears are famous for being able to swim. Press up arrow to jump. Oh, but you can't use W for that? Oh, so you can kind of use WASD, but only a bit. Alright. Let's just jump over these. Oh, I have a lovely little animation. That is absolutely adorable. I seem to land on my small bum, which is adorable. Taking damage will hurt you. I don't want to get hurt. Collect the sewing kit to patch yourself up. Ah, alright, we might as well do that for the sake of it. Oh, goodness. Oh dear, I have become all roughed up. There we are. I'm all better. I have been mended. Excellent. Pick up your sword. Use spacebar to attack. Goodness. I'm going to have to actually use both my hands for this. It means I don't have one to pet the cat, but never mind. Get rid of the obstacle by hitting it. Begone! Well, it did as it was told, which was nice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jump into the whirlwind to get a boost. Oh, alright. Presumably you don't mean a chocolate bar. That did not work very well, but never mind. Okay, I like this. This is a nice little way of doing a tutorial. Press the escape button at any time to pause the game. Well done, you completed the tutorial. Pass through the gateway to return to the main menu. Okay, thank you. So, that was quite nice. So yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called that. I'm going to call it a Dream Reborn because I don't know how to pronounce the the rest of it, but never mind. We seem to play as a little teddy bear, and yes, as you've seen, it's a sort of a platformer where you sort of go around and hit things with a sword and that sort of thing, which all sounded perfectly nice. This is quite pleasant, quite relaxing. I have a bad feeling, however, that this poor kid is going to have a nightmare, and me as Teddy the Defender are going to have to work quite hard to keep the beasts at bay, away from our small person here, who seems to sleep in a very warm climate, judging by the lack of covers being utilised. Oh no! Reminds me of when I was a child, and anytime a plushie fell out of the bed, I'd wake up in the morning, see that it was on the floor, and feel horribly, horribly guilty about that. Right then, Lost Shores, Part 1. Okie dokie then. Oh goodness, I have gotten a bit roughed up on my journey. I might jump in the water for a few minutes to get some of the dust off me. Right. Let me see. Are we going to have more exciting platforms than the funny bit of grey breeze block that we were dealing with before? Oh, there we are. I'm all mended again. That's much better. Okay, then. So, although this looks 3D, it clearly isn't. Oh, no! The pyjamas! So, there is a small cat on my lap at the moment who's being a little bit mischievous by trying to bite the microphone. Is this good or bad? I have no idea. Let us continue walking for a little while and see what else we can find. What's this? It's a little light. You will return here. Oh, it's a checkpoint. Oh, righty then. I can deal with these things. Kitty art. At least the difficulty of aiming up in most platformers is being avoided here by the fact that this is basically 2D, in that there's no coming into and out of the screen. It's just about timing the jumps properly. Goodness, this is very nice. Oh goodness, what does this say? Watch out! Watch out for the big flying cannonball that seems to be being fired out of the sea. Alright. It's a bit weird. Okay, I'll roll with it, I suppose. This is very strange. I do like this though. It's quite reminiscent of sort of old Mario platforms and that sort of thing. At least initially, is that going to collapse? Yes. Yes, it is. It is alright. I am still in decent condition. This one's a different colour. Does the colour of the blob matter? Or is that just a random detail that I'm reading too much into? It wouldn't be awkwardness. I have a terrible feeling I'm going to get cannonballed in the bum in a minute. Whew. That was scary. What's this? Is this some sort of super checkpoint or something? Oh. Break the jar to free the butterfly. How can I do that? I don't have a, I don't have my sword. How can I do that? Can I jump on it? No. No. Could you... Could you... Madam... kindly behave yourself. For the stroke of a minute. Right, how do I do this then? Do I need to go off and find my sword? No, I don't. I needed to use gravity. Nature's sword. Presumably I am Sir Teddy, judging by the triumphant music and also the sword. Right then, not quite sure what to do with my hands because it seems like I only need one of them at the moment. Okie dokie then. Oh, I'm going to need the spacebar, aren't I, when I get my sword back for the doing of bapping. Bapping mean people in the face who wish to wake up my small child who I am supposed to be looking after. Although presumably I'm not actually looking after them at the moment. I'm just trying to get back to. I'm trying to get back home. I've been on giddy aunt. As I've gotten lost. Yeah, I don't know what these things are. I initially did think they were cannonballs being fired out of the sea, but I'm beginning to realise they're possibly just big black blobs of doom, rather than anything else more specific. Goodness, that one nearly took my bum off. At least they've been quite generous with the healing kits. Although, in fairness, we are only at the beginning of the game, so perhaps I shouldn't be jumping too conclusive. I love that I skid along on my bum a little bit. I feel like that's not massively hygienic, but is that is quite cute. Okay, I can't push this on its own. So I'm gonna have to wonder how I'm gonna get back when I've found my sword. Oh, these respawn? Oh. Fiddlesticks. Perhaps I'm going back when I get my sword, because otherwise I don't know how you break that. Aha! It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, indeed! Thank you very much. Let me see if I can work my way back. Oh goodness, this is a lot more dangerous because the camera isn't well optimised for looking in this direction. Right. Begone, demon of glass. That's better. Oh, this is different. Oh, we're going a different way now. Oh, this wasn't an optional thing, this was sort of required in the contract and I didn't realise. Oh, kitty aunt. I really do need to start paying attention to what it is I'm doing. I need to look before I leap, quite literally. This is the best advice I can give anybody playing a platformer. Okay then. Dear, this is really nice indeed. Oh, that's not just a visual effect, there's actually 4 of them in a row. Oh, I really need to look before I leap instead of being a lunatic. Never mind, let's go this way. There we are. I can't tell if these are butterflies or, I did it and everything. Excellent. Yeah, whether like butterflies or like little stars or something, I don't know really. Indeed. At least I've still got my sword, which is nice. Be free! So, presumably these little dots, or whatever they are, these little dots do not contribute to my intelligence, but it does seem at least that they save the breaking of the jars, which is nice. Are these the little dots that were released from the pyjamas, perhaps? Do I need to gather them up again, somehow, in order to perhaps, do something, I don't know, form a collection, or giddy aunt. How under the sun am I going to get past that? Oh, I can fart. Indeed, I had forgotten about the benefits of violence. Let us jump. Boing. I don't know where we're going. Into the sea for a bath, it would seem. Okay, so it's just a respawn point. It's not like a reset. You don't I'm going to be a very soggy little teddy by the end of this. They're going to have to put me in the dryer. Oh dear, let me try holding left the whole time. There we go, that worked better. There we are. I didn't commit fully to going left, you see. I only went left when we reached the top, like some sort of silly Billy. And then I just jumped wildly off into the dark yonder, like an additionally silly Billy. Perhaps that is my name, Sir Billy the Teddy. Dear, dear, dear. I don't mean to be rubbish in this, and I just sort of am. Oh, you can't bounce on it a second time? Oh, I thought you could sort of get in it and then sort of keep bouncing up and down on it as much as you liked. You can't. You do have to find another place to stand. Okay, can I go back into this? Oh, I can keep going up. As far as I look. As far as I can get without falling off and breaking my skull, anyway. I don't know where I've ended up. Let's just take a second. Let all the platforms above me respawn. And then we'll have another go at this. I don't think they are respawning. Could you leave that packet alone? Sorry. Mischievous cat is trying to make mischief with the packet to get attention. I will give you attention as soon as I'm finished dealing with this teddy bear. Right, this little teddy bear needs my help right now, alright? You be patient, you wait your small turn. Alright, idiot. That's what you get for biting my bum when I'm talking to the cat. Note to self, when playing games in the future, pay attention. Oh, thank you. I don't know where we're going, I'm just assuming we're going left. Which seems generally to be a relatively good bet, given these platformers all do go left to right. Are there any platformers that go right to left? Has anybody ever invented such a thing? Or is that just the kind of mad dreams that you come up with when you're as mad as me? I get the distinct impression I may have left something behind without realising. Yes, I have. Okay. That time I thought before I just jumped off into the abyss. Like a sensible person. Come back. Will you behave yourself and not assault the microphone this time? Thank you. Chase my shadows. We're gonna have like a am I literally gonna be chased by the screen? Run! I'll take that as a yes! I love this music. This music is awesome. If admittedly very, very loud. But also reminiscent of some of the Mario music now that I think about it. Some of like the some of the scenes with Bowser. It is oh dear. With his ship and things. Right. Shall I try that again? Try to be slightly less dreadful this time. Not that I could be a heck of a lot more dreadful. But alright then. Platforms are difficult the best of times. You've got small mischievous cats getting in the way. It's even worse. Never mind. If we are a soldier, we must be ready to deal with adversity. There we go. Kitty art. That's a very quick bit of adversity right there. Oh gosh. Oh dear. This isn't going too badly, to be fair. It doesn't really have any right to be going this successfully, but quite exciting, it's quite tense. I think mainly just because I'm really enthused to not let this poor little teddy bear get so injured. I feel really bad when that happens. Right, leap again. I knew I jumped slightly too soon there, I didn't realise just how soon I jumped. The music's taking a step back, which is unnerving me. It makes me feel like it's like somebody taking a big deep intake of breath before they shout. It's a bit scary. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh gosh. I've been eaten by the shadows. And there's no checkpoints. This could take a while. Right. 15 minutes already. Bloody hell. Sorry, I mean, stained heck or something, I don't know. I feel like in this context we should try not to be too potty-mouthed. Right. Let me see if I can get us back roughly to where we were. single moment of hesitation was enough to completely screw me over. Naturally. One thing I do want to compliment this game, however, on is how my face is nothing to do with my face actually. It doesn't deserve any compliments. How responsive the controls are. Obviously, this is going to come across in the video where you're not pressing the buttons, but the jumping is really, really responsive to the controls. It's absolutely instant, which is lovely. Too many platformers suffer from a horrible kind of lag where you press the button but nothing really happens for a while. That wasn't due to lag, that was due to me pressing the button slightly late because I got scared of the cannonball. Yeah, the controls are really, really nice, which is very important for a platformer. Right, let me try that again, and this time I'll do it properly this time. Yeah, I apologise, I don't know why I'm so stupid. I can't even blame it on the fact that we're in a dream. This is no dream. Might be a nightmare, but it's no dream. Right, come on. No hesitating this time. No hesitating at all. Because there's no checkpoints, you end up having to kind of remember which of the whirlwinds is the one you want to go back on and which one is the one you don't. Okay, right. Oh, no, giddy. Oh, that was too close for comfort. Okay, right. Up. And to the left. Then immediately back. And up again. There we are. We're in uncharted territory. We've never been here before. Let's see how quickly we can muck it up. Hooray. We did it quite well. Oh, nocturnal caverns. They're very nice sort of chapter names. They're quite innovative. Ooh, they have something very different. Do I need to get the blue butterfly in order to get through here, perhaps? Is that the, is that what I need to do? Oh, goodness. It's a very, very big and sudden change in what we're doing, but I rather like it. Can I go up these little steps, please? Can I go up the little steps, please? There we are. Yes, and we have returned to where we began. Wonderful. Oh dear, I've got my bum stuck on something. Never mind my slightly stuck bum. Come on. The problem is the ledges have to sort of jut out ever so slightly, for the sake of you playing the game. But I'll keep getting slightly stuck on them because I'm slightly silly. But never mind. Let's see. Oh, okay. There's some of that breaking noise. I didn't break that vase, Mother. Honest, it wasn't me. It was Sergeant Teddy. That's interesting. There's multiple sort of lights, checkpoints that you can activate. I'm curious. So I went. Oh, it's there. Right under my nose the entire time. Everything that I've ever needed in my life has always been right under my nose, and yet I can never see it. Never mind. This is beautiful music. Absolutely gorgeous music. It makes a lovely change from the very intense level that we've just had to have a much more calm one. Can I go back this way, see if there's anything sneaky? There is indeed! I have learned your tricks game, and I have become the master of all I survey, or something rubbish, I don't know what I... Okay. That was weird. It was like I couldn't jump there for a second. Most mysterious. Okay. I don't know what these big dust clouds are, but I'm thoroughly convinced that if I stick my small bare bottom into them, not like that, that we will incur severe damages. Okay, right, let's get out of here and away from that comment. Strikes me I probably should have fiddled with the settings in between one of these jump cuts in order to put the music down a little bit. But never mind, I'll just have to keep shouting. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I like this, I really do. It's portal? Okay, that's quite innovative. We're suddenly playing Portal with Plushies. Okay, this is a bit weird. I don't really know how this works, but I'll just keep on keeping on, I suppose. given I've got no idea what else it is I'm meant to be doing. What is that? Oh, that's a little bit of string, in case I screwed everything up. And goodness knows I do that quite often. Alrighty then, just do a bit more violence. Actually, no, we needn't do violence today. We might need to do violence with you, though. I think we do, yes. There we are. Good. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea these. Oh no. Oh no. I've wasted a big old load of time. I'm not being efficient with my time. Oh dear. So it seems like falling down that portal was not actually what I was meant to do in the first place. And I just fell into it because I didn't do the jump properly, and this entire scene is actually a very slow method of respawning. Okay. Fair enough. Hang on, we haven't been here before. Have I gone a different way and not realised? I have no idea. All of these little environments are so samey now that they're all just this these strange sort of rocky landscape that I can't actually discern whether I've been somewhere or not before. We could go under here, or we could come across. No, we couldn't come across here. We cannot get across there, for I cannot jump high enough, for I'm only a small bear. Alright, there must be a something somewhere that I need, but I can't find. Where's the bit with the portal I keep falling in? I think that's right there. So then this is the one that leads here, which then goes to some other place. Alright, let me see if I can jump across here a bit better this time. There we are, maybe this will lead somewhere. Ow, important. If you ever do that again, you did it again! I don't know what I'm ever going to do, but I'll have to do something. This one's invincible. I don't remember reading about that. I don't remember reading that in the bedtime story contract. Alright, fine. Can I make it back to a place where there was that bit of thread? I think if I go across here to the far right and go through this portal. Yes, here we are. Well, this meant me up all the way because I did get bashed a couple of times. I know it's 2.5D, not 2D, but somehow I'm slightly closer to the camera than the thread is, which is a little annoying. But never mind, it doesn't matter, we've just got to try and make our way back to the exit, wherever under the sun that is. Ah dear, I like this, it's sort of unusual and mysterious, and a little bit unique, while also remaining quite cute and adorable. I suppose we're going back this way again, because we haven't been this way in a while, and I have no idea where the exit is. Oh dear, I seem to have gotten myself stuck. Yep, I seem to have gotten myself pretty terribly stuck. Wonderful. Can I reset? Use portals to find a way out, press space to continue, press return to... I don't really want to go back to the main menu per se. I just kind of want to go and sort of reset this chapter. Return. All progress will be lost. Oh no. I really, really don't want to lose all the progress, but I'm kind of stuck. When you say all progress will be lost, you literally mean all of it. You do, don't you? Yes, you do. Chapter select. Oh, hang on, we might be alright. Hang on. Hold on to your horses! Nocturnal Caverns Part 2? Is that the one we're on? Have we been saved? Have we been rescued? Hello, cat. Yes, I think it's alright. Okay. I think something just slightly screwy happened with the platforming. I'm not entirely sure what, but I think the not being able to pick up the thread was the first symptom. Yeah, not being able to pick up the thread was the first symptom, and then somehow I spawned slightly incorrectly out of one of the I keep forgetting that there's no point in trying to kill you, is there? Can I really not kill you? Well, this is a good place to stand because he can't kill me here, but no, there really is no way of getting rid of you, is there? How do I get past you then? With a great degree of difficulty. But I just about managed it. Okay. There we are. Okay, right. Now, hopefully it's not getting hit that keeps screwing me over, because that seems to be the... That seems to have been roughly when the screwing happened, if you like. But, we've gotten the butterfly out. We just need to make our way back to... Actually, I don't think I do want to go that way. I want to go this way. We've got the butterfly out of the jar. We now... There we are. We now just need to get back to the exit, wherever that was, which I haven't seen in many a moon. But, it's got to be somewhere. I mean, of course it's somewhere, you know. That isn't up for debate, Phil. What's up for debate is the where, not the weather. Alright, is it this way? It might be. Hooray! We did it! Looking at the chapter selector, it looked like we were about halfway through. If there were only two screens of them. Dark depths. Although I said this wasn't a horror game, it obviously does have its slightly spooky spooky elements. Although interestingly, I think this might be drawing on the kind of horror that's meant to imply a scary world without necessarily frightening you, the player. What in tarnation happened? I have no idea. Let's try that again. Not being quite... So, I don't know what happened, but it seems to be successful, so I'm just going to stick with it. It's generally my process for most things in life. It's just... mash buttons until things work, and then and then just sort of stick with it. I'm meant to be out here, aren't I? I haven't broken the game, have I? A horrible feeling I've broken the game again. But yeah, I think this is drawing on a slightly different type of horror. I think it's trying to perhaps draw on... I am really getting worried. I think it's trying to draw on horrors that are meant to scare the player character, but not actually scare the player themselves, if that makes any sense. Like darkness and loneliness and being without your plushie and things like that, which I think are meant to scare the little child, but not necessarily meant to scare the player themselves, which is interesting, because it allows the player to remain sort of calm and focus on the gameplay, whilst also still having that slightly unnerved sense about them. The kind of unnerved feeling that I feel right now, thank goodness, about us going on this one marathon through the desert. Although I don't know many marathons that you run while carrying a sword. For that matter, I don't know many marathons that take place in the desert in the middle of the night. Nor do I know any marathons that take place using bears. So putting those three things together, finding the union of those three circles in the Venn diagram, is going to make for a very small number of marathons. It stopped me from moving there for a moment, but I think he just wanted to move the camera a bit. He just wanted me to hold on to its horses for a second while it sorted out some of its spring cleaning. I feel like the council's going to get a bit cross at me later for the fact that I'm destroying all of their infrastructure. At least I think it's all getting destroyed behind me. I'm not sticking around long enough to find out. I do apologise. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let me have another go at that. Nice bit of music, if you can call it that. It's more like chanting, I suppose. I don't really know how you describe this. It's quite nice, quite atmospheric. What is it with rickety wooden bridges and platforms? Where did that idea come from? Who would have thought one small idea like that could have become such a staple of the industry? Alright, boing time. I got overambitious with my boings. I apologise for being additionally boingy. Let me try that again. It really is lovely music. Music always makes such a big difference to a game. I've never quite understood why, but it is always the difference between a wonderful game and an average game. I can't tell if they're actually singing in a language or not. It definitely isn't English. At least I don't think it's English. Is the frame rate? Yeah, I think it is alright. Alright, stop panicking! Just run! Yeah, I don't think the chanting's in English, but I'm trying to figure out whether they're actually saying words or whether they're just sort of chanting syllables, as it were. It's difficult to tell. Particularly when I hear the cacophony of the wind and all the crashing of the wood. That's the first time I've ever pressed the jump button and it not actually jumped when I wanted it to. And I think the problem is that these individual little components are all like slightly separate. Like you notice as I'm running along sometimes, if you find a good straight bit, you'll notice that I kind of start scooping along on my butt a little bit, just for a moment. Which means I'm not actually on the ground, because I'm sort of in between the individual panels of the wood. And I think the problem is that at that moment, I'm in the air, as it were, and I can't jump, because obviously you can't jump in the air, you know, jumping and standing is like solid. So I think that was the problem. I just happened to have the poor luck that I was scooting my bum along the floor when I tried to jump. You know, my legs weren't properly positioned for the doing of stuff. Goodness, that was a bit scary. Dear. Life, the wind is really picking up. Those are light little creatures. You'd imagine I'd have been blown away by now. But the weight of the responsibility that rests upon my shoulders is keeping me firmly rooted to the ground. Or some such trap. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, right. Okay, there's another windmill. The windmill? I meant another whirlwind. No, it happened again. I'm so bad at this. Right, give me a minute, I'll get us back to where we're meant to be. Oh boy! At least I found a solution to the scooting my bum along the floor problem, which is the problem that many animal associated people have to deal with. I've found that if you kind of stop for a split second just before you reach the end, like stop and then go again, stop and then go again, right at the end, it kind of slows you down enough that if you are scooting your bum along the floor, it'll be sorted out by the time you actually get to the edge and you can do the jump properly. The problem is all these whirlwinds, you have to not hold right the whole way through, you see? You have to let up a little tiny bit right at the end, otherwise you'll just disappear into the gap between the first and second platform. But then that last one, you've got to hold it on the whole time. It's a little bit annoying, because it means it kind of turns into a memory test rather than, you know, being a test of skill and reaction, because there's no way to react. By the time you've realised the pickle you got yourself in, there's no time to get a spoon to start shoveling the pickle out of the jar, if you catch my drift. Right, give me a minute, I'll get us back there and we'll have another go at this. It looked like that at least was solid ground that we could stand on, which would make a nice change from all this. Oh, giddy. That was a bit of a scrap on my part, I do still. There we go. Please be a checkpoint. No. No checkpoint? Of course not. You have not earned a checkpoint, for you have been a naughty person, I suppose. I don't know what naughty thing I've done, but I presume I must have been extremely naughty for me to not be given a checkpoint and then for me to get stuck on something. What? And now I'm a butterfly. Yes. Now we're doing this. Oh, pity on. Okay. Did I get to the end of that level, or did it just take pity on me for the fact I'm so rubbish at it? I think it just took pity on me for the fact I'm so rubbish at it. I died so many times, it just decided to bring me back to life and just skip me into the next level. Okay, so we're kind of playing almost like a Flappy Bird kind of thing, where we have to go along, ow, without getting killed. The only problem is before the camera was zoomed out quite nicely. Now it really isn't. Just making things a bit difficult. Alright, could the camera zoom out again like it did last time? Because this, I can't deal with this. Okay, I think it was just because I waited, that let the camera zoom out a bit. Which isn't great, but alright. There we are. Let me try and go a bit more slowly this time. Instead of, okay, they just spawn, they don't come on the side of the screen. Oh, is this actually a lot more like Flappy Bird than I realised, in the sense that I'm just supposed to sort of go along and just go up and down, sort of going forwards and backwards isn't really necessary. It would appear that I had been stupid, which shouldn't really surprise anybody, to be quite frank. If you've been here longer than 5 seconds, and you should be, because you're about 40 minutes into this, if you've been here longer than 5 seconds and you're surprised by the fact that I'm being stupid, then I'm afraid you've missed a certain little memo. Oh, there was thread! There's thread! I was just about to say, I wish there was some thread here, but there's no way they're going to give me any, and then they did, and I didn't see it. There we are, I think I got some. Okay. This is really impressive music, by the way, in the sense that it seems like it's actually been made by like an orchestra rather than being digitally produced. But if it is digitally produced, it's done very professionally instead of hiding that fact. But it's very good. Reminds me a bit of some of the Pirates of the Caribbean music, actually, especially the bits with the drums. Not a great deal for me to talk about this bit, and there's not a lot going on, and there's not even a lot of me doing. I'm just altering my course ever so slightly up and down to that, to avoid these big black balls of licorice or whatever it is. Probably licorice. That sounds like the sort of thing that a small child wouldn't like, would have nightmares about. So he says, having never eaten licorice in his life, he's got a clue what it's like and whether children would dislike it or not. Oh well. Making mindless assumptions. When was the last time that was dangerous? Is that it? The thing is, I could move off to the right like this and start going faster, and that would get us through this level quicker. It's just I keep dying when I do that. And I feel like you're actually not meant to do that too much. Oh, hooray. Because when you're not doing that, the obstacles actually come onto the screen properly, and when you do that, they kind of spawn in halfway, which tells me you're not really meant to be doing that. Okay, I have made it. I hope. We did it, Mrs. B. We did it. That was really, really good. I've also, whilst playing the game, I've also had a sudden realisation about the name of the game. It's clearly the word Somnia, which presumably is, I would assume, either Latin or Greek for sleep, because insomnia, of course, means lack of sleep or inability to sleep. So, presumably Somnia means sleep, which would make sense given the whole ethos of the game. Are there any credits about the music? Yes, here we are. Music by Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for making some very excellent music that I have greatly enjoyed. Yes, indeed. What a nice game. I very much enjoyed that. That was very nice. Always nice to change up the pace a little bit and play a platformer and play something which isn't necessarily on the face of it meant to be too spooky, although indeed it certainly had its nightmarish elements. Curious though, because I thought I was more under the impression that we were sort of doing this from the child's perspective somehow, but it seems like the child was actually asleep the entire time. So it seems like we're actually within the dreams of the teddy, which is a nice change from the usual environment of children and their bedtime nightmares. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Very professionally put together, as I said. Beautiful music, lovely variety of different environments. I applaud it for having a tutorial. More things and more people need tutorials, but yeah, and a nice you know, like the shortcut in the menu. Yes, indeed. Shortcuts are not applicable in speedrun mode. Naturally, I really would not want to do this in speedrun. I mean, I wouldn't want to do anything in speedrun, right? Right? I've had that fling and I've flung it, and I've flung it straight out of the window and straight out of my life. I don't want to ever go back there. So, yeah, I would be impressed to see somebody speedrun this, but I wouldn't want to be the person to do it. So, this was really good. I really enjoyed this. I hope you did as well. So thank you very much for joining me, and see you, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night. And hold tight to your plushies as well. Otherwise, you know, we've seen what happens when we don't do that. So